Cloud, and we are good to go. All right, guys. So if you've been following these calls, every Tuesday, I have different top leaders in our company on, and they share their story. So, they talk about what their life was like before they found this opportunity, what their life is like now. And it's amazing for everyone to see that they're no different than any of us. Carrie was bouncing a baby right before, she handed the baby off probably to Tay, and she came back. Nina was managing kids and talking about hotels, for an event. Like, we all live the same life you guys do. We just have some certain activities and some certain discipline things that we do that keep us moving forward every day working on our business. So I'm really excited for you to hear from these ladies today. Today's call is a lunchtime call. Some of you guys are going to be sitting at your desk, eating your lunch, trying to hurry up in your hour to get your lunch and get back to work. You might be a little salty looking at us at home, but that's okay. We're going to take that salt. We're going to show you how to use it. I remember those days. I worked a full-time job. I had a marketing position. I was given an hour for lunch. And, that I had to run out. If I had anything to do that day, if I had errands to run, I had to do everything during that hour and eat and get back in, be at my desk when my lunch break was over. And I look back at that now and I'm like, I can't even imagine someone telling me what time I have to be anywhere, let alone having an hour for my lunch or, having to permission. Maybe you have a job where you're standing at a register or you're behind a counter and you have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. I remember those days and I don't ever want to go back to that. So that starts the kickoff of our lunchtime chat. So we're going to tell you how we all decided to take a permanent lunch break, fired our bosses, and now we eat lunch where and wherever we want. So a little bit about my story. If you don't know me, my name is Brandy Bright. Mike and I have been in this business for 17 months now. It has been a whirlwind 17 months. Just throw some love out to our team. We have an amazing, amazing team that allowed us to be number 87 in the company at conference last year. We went to Costa Rica with the top income earners last year. We have just had an incredible first year. And it's about, guys, it's truly about our teams. It's about the people who we're helping, the lives we're changing. Mike and I were adding up some numbers and realized that our team helped over 30 families earn 6 figures or more from their phones last year. Now, 30 families, that's not talking about the people that earned a couple $100 extra a month or, maybe $500 a month or $1,000 a month. Those are people that earn 6 figures from home because of this opportunity. And guys, we have people that have kids, don't have kids, single, they're married. We have, college students. We have moms that are in their 30s like me. We have people on our team that are in their 50s and 60s. There's no rhyme or reason to this business. Anyone can do it. All you have to do, and this is what I like to say, all you have to do is work hard, follow the simple steps we give you and just give it up to God and pray about it. And when you make those little changes in your life, you can accomplish anything. So enough about me. I really want you guys to hear from some amazing ladies that we have on here today. We're going to start with my girl, Carrie. Carrie lives here in Florida with her husband, Tay. I got to meet Carrie. I think we really actually met in Costa Rica and got to spend some time together. She was 27 months pregnant, about to pop. No, she was really I think she was 8 months pregnant. Yeah, literally was had to take breaks and we were walking to the waterfall and the guy was trying to talk her out of activities and she was like, dude, no, I can do this. I'm having a baby. I can do this. She is a trooper, but she's laughing at me. She is a trooper. She is incredible. They've been in the business for 6 years. You guys, she was a nanny and in the Army National Guard before this. Remember when I said we all have different backgrounds? I was in marketing. I was in the beauty industry. Carrie was a nanny in the Army National Guard. You'll hear from, Nina, who was in the beauty industry, was a hairstylist for 27 years. You're going to hear all kinds of different backgrounds. I'm really excited for you to hear Carrie's story because she replaced her full-time income in 9 months. 9 months. And guys, in 18 months, she was able to retire her husband, Tay, and bring him home. And they've been a full-time family ever since. So Carrie, I allowed you to unmute yourself, so let's have you jump on here and share your story. I'm so excited for everyone to hear from you, and thank you for doing this today.
Yeah, of course. So I don't know how long you want my story to be. 6 years is a long time, but I can just tell you, and then you can ask me questions if you want. So,
Perfect.
so I started this business 6 years ago. It took me 6 months to even join my own cousin, okay, because I was so skeptical. I was like, this is a scam. I just don't believe this stuff. The products probably don't work. Like, you have to work out, because I was also a personal trainer. I mean, I feel like I was a bartender. I think I did everything under the sun to make money. And so I finally just did this because I was like, you know what, a few extra $100 to make my car payment would be really cool, right? And just worked this part-time for 6 months. And I had a lot of fun because I was like, this is awesome. Like, you can make a lot of cash, because selling samples, especially like the cash age of samples, is back in our business. We have that new skinny brew. I'm telling you guys, I made over $114 yesterday. I already made $60 today. I'm probably going to make $1,000 in cash this week. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of like potential again. And that's just so exciting to know that we're with a company that is always keeping up with the trends and always bringing products out that people want. And so and then it took me 9 months to replace my full-time income. And then 18 months after that, I replaced my husband's income. Actually, no, I did that before that, but I retired him finally. We get to raise both of our kids and be home and never have to miss any moments. I just remember he used to work 3 jobs. He would get home after the baby was sleeping, and then he would have to leave before the baby even woke up, our first son, and it sucked. Like, feeling like a single mom, like having to raise your kid and like by yourself, it's hard, okay? And it's not that he did that on purpose. He was just working so hard trying to provide. And so I was like, I'm done with this. Like, we're gonna fire your boss. Because I remember one weekend we were trying to like take off and like go somewhere, and his boss was like, oh no, you need to work. And I was like, no, I'm done having somebody else own your time, because this is not, like, that sucks, you know? And so we retired him, brought him home. We were actually living in my parents' basement, and because we couldn't afford rent. And so 6 months after that, we brought him home. We built our first house. So we didn't even have to go into an apartment. We were able to build our first house with the income from this business. Since then, we bought another dream home, and then we moved to Florida, built another dream home. And so life has just been so awesome ever since, we just did this company. And so, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, you're going to work hard wherever you are. So why not work hard for yourself? Why not build a business? Why not put that energy into something that can pay you again and again and again?
That's a great point that you just ended with. And I really like that. Like, you're going to work hard no matter what you do, but are you going to be working hard for someone else? Or are you going to be working hard to build a life you want and do the things you want? And talking about just owning your time and we titled this, take a permanent lunch break. We all just came off of conference, and I came home from conference with, I think it's the flu. I don't go to the doctor, so I don't know what it is, but I've been sick for like a week. And I was thinking about that this morning, about how, like, gosh, if I was at my old job, there was a time I was pregnant. I quit my job when I was 7 months pregnant because I just had had enough. I didn't have paid maternity leave. I was sick. I was miserable. And there was a time that I called my boss, and I had strep throat. And I was pregnant and I was sick, and I said, I'm going to work from home today because I have strep throat. And he was like, are you pregnant or are you sick? And I was like, well, dude, I'm both. Sorry. And I just remember thinking, like, God, I don't ever want to be in that position again where I have to worry about jeopardizing my health to get to a job. I don't want to have to worry about leaving my kids when they're sick. I want to be able to be home with my kids. And so now this week, Anya, my 3.5-year-old's been a little bit off. Thank God for, good immune systems on kids, because she didn't get what I got. But, we've been able to just stay home and snuggle all week and get better. And I've had 4 girls join our team this week from having the flu from home, from my couch. Like, that's why we're all doing this. This is, what we all want, not just for ourselves, but for anyone that joins our teams. We want to show you guys that there is a better way. You can truly own your time and your freedom. Carrie, thank you so much for sharing that. You and Tay are awesome. They're just, they're such a great couple. They're so happy. They truly are just living their best life, and that's what this is about. So, all right. I don't know if Christy got on here. We've kind of lost Christy Christianson this morning, so we're gonna keep going. And if she jumps on here, Carrie, I don't know if you can maybe try and message her. I messaged her but didn't hear back from her. If she doesn't, if she jumps on, we'll have her jump on at the end. But the next lady that I'm gonna bring on here, the best part about this business is I didn't know either of these women 2 years ago, Carrie or this next speaker I'm going to bring on here, but this next guest, like, how close I've gotten to her, you would think that we've known each other for the past 10 years. And she just is such an inspiration. I call her to Mike behind her back, the Energizer Bunny. We wake up in the morning and I'm just getting out of bed and she's live and she's got all this excitement and she's just a ball of energy. But you guys, she's like that nonstop. It's not just a social media presence that she puts on. When we were at conference, I shared this last week, when we were at conference, everybody was going to a white party on Friday night and we came down ready to go and take our team over there. And she was like, oh no, we're working. It's the end of the month. We're closing out the month. And because of her drive, we chose to skip that white party and work with her. And I had a girl that if we would not have sat and done that, she was like 300 points away from Ruby. She wouldn't have hit Ruby. But because we sat down and we focused, she hit Ruby. First rank, she'd been trying to hit it for a while. And, that was life-changing for her. So I'm going to bring on my mentor, one of my dear friends, Mrs. Nina Moore. She's made, incredible money in this industry. She was a #1 income earner in her last company. She was in the top 150. We want to recognize her for being number 147, but she on stage this year looked at, I think she said it to Mark or Pam, and was like, you'll never see my number this high again. You will never see me in the back of the stage. She was kind of hiding in the back of the stage like this. Said, you will never see me on the stage this long like this again, because next year I want more. So without further ado, Mrs. Nina Moore.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I got to give it back to you for birthing the idea that we even talk, at lunchtime to people. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm actually cold. It's really cold up here in Philly, so I decided I would keep my hat on. I haven't brushed my hair. I got up this morning, made some coffee, fed Paige, and went right to her school for the coffee chat PTA meeting at 10 a.m. this morning. And so I'm excited to be on the line with these superstars. Tay, you are amazing. Your story is amazing. Y'all gonna make me move down to Florida. I promise you, I'm getting a little bit jealous because I'm seeing all that sunshine behind you and I'm getting a wee bit jealous. But I'm excited to be on the line with you both. And for all of you ladies that saw fit to get on the line, and for all of you that are watching on social media, hello, hello, hello. We are live. We're live. Right. So, you heard Ms. Bright say a little bit about me. I am a former hairstylist, 27 years in that profession. And now I am a professional network marketer by choice. And I am so excited and I'm honored to be able to call myself a professional network marketer. Now, back in 2008, when I was introduced to the profession and the industry of network marketing, I don't know that I could say that I was excited to be called a professional network marketer, because I had heard that they and them said those things don't work. They and them said so many negative things about the profession of network marketing. And so most people just kind of joined this network marketing thing thinking it was a get rich quick scam or scheme. Now, here's the deal. This is what's so fascinating to me, Tay, as I think about the people that talk about our profession. There's no different than going to a bad doctor. I've been to some doctors that weren't the greatest doctors, right? It's no different than going and getting your nails done and you don't really care for the nail tech that serviced your nails. Now, she might be great to other people, but she wasn't great to you. It's no different than going to get your hair done and you really didn't like the color that the young lady might, or the cut or the style, right? There's no difference. Here's the deal. What I found with network marketing is that people have given false expectations and painted a picture of a false reality. And the reality is that work works. That's the reality. That nothing we do is easy, right? That nothing that you're not going to get. You know, I don't know one millionaire or billionaire or trillionaire that got like busted upside of the head. Boom, you're a millionaire, right? Nothing, none of those things work. But what I do understand is work works. So you can work for the positive or you can work for the negative. So the same effort that you put into having a negative mindset about yourself, about your life, about where you are in life, about negative network marketing, about an opportunity that somebody might try to offer you, right? Here's what I know. In 2008, I am so grateful that someone threw me a life raft. See, you know what was wrong, Brandy? I didn't even know I was drowning. I didn't even know I was drowning. That's even worse, to be drowning and you don't even know you're drowning. Well, Ellie, I was drowning in 2008. What was I drowning in? Debt. I was drowning in depression. I was drowning. I was going through a divorce. I was drowning in low self-esteem. I was drowning in obesity. I was drowning. And someone threw me a lifeline, just like the someone that might have invited you to look at this right now. Because I know you're sitting at work right now. You don't even like your boss. You don't like your desk. You don't like your coworkers. You didn't like the commute to work. You don't like the fact that you got to get up tomorrow morning. You don't like the pay. You don't like your benefits. You don't like the time that you get. You don't like having to ask, can I take a day off? Well, this last night when I got the email that said, hey, we're having coffee chat at the school tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Guess what, Tay? Carrie, I didn't have to say, I'm sorry, guess what? I didn't have to say, let me see if I could get off from work. You know what I did? I cleared my schedule and I said, guess where I'll be? At the school. Where? For the coffee chat. What? Why? Because we just launched what? Coffee. So I wanted to go in there with my coffee and go meet the other moms. It's a new school for us. I have grown kids, 32, 27, 21, and then Paige at 5. So this like whole new mom thing is like, I feel like it's a foreign language all over again. It's all new to me. I need to meet some friends at the school. Well, then I thought about the fact, hey, Brandy, I said, wait a minute. Coffee is like, worldwide, over 500 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year. Let me say that again, 500 billion. Maybe you should write that down because I didn't stutter, billion with a B, like billion cups of coffee. So you mean to tell me 500 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year and I'm not going to get a piece of that pie? You got to be kidding me. Papa didn't raise no fool, and I'm not a dummy. Now, I might not have gone to college, right? I don't have a college degree, but I'm smart enough to know that I want at least 2% of the $9 billion industry that coffee produces yearly, worldwide. Just 2%. Christy, just 2%. Could you imagine just 2% of $9 billion? Baby, we wouldn't be on this Zoom right now. I'd be on a little island somewhere. But guess what? Here's the deal. When I think about coffee and the coffee industry that continues to grow, and it continues to grow, it doesn't go backwards, it goes forward by 5.5% every single year. Why wouldn't I want a piece of that pie? So for all of you that are looking like, oh my God, I would never do one of those things with those people, guess what? Sad story for you, because you're missing out on the billions of dollars that people are going to spend on coffee with or without you. Here's what I know. For all of you that are saying, well, I don't sell a thing, I don't want to sell anything. Great, because coffee and tea sells itself. Every person that I saw in that lunchroom today at the meeting had a cup of coffee in their hand. Think about it. Even in Brazil, 43.2 million bags of coffee are made every year. Here's the deal. 40% of college students ages 18 to 24, they drink coffee. Why? Because they're trying to be up from the caffeine. 40%, that's a big number. 44% of the coffee consumers in the world are millennials. If you don't know what a millennial is, you were born between 1982 and 2000. That's what a millennial, so I'm not a millennial, but I have millennial children, right? And I want you to understand that 44% of millennials drink coffee. Doesn't it make sense that now we are part of a $9 billion industry for just the coffee? I'm not even talking the tea. We'll talk about tea later. We'll talk about tea on another day. Today, it's coffee, 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 coffee. And I am thinking, like, I love coffee. I love the smell of coffee. I love the taste of coffee. And I'm smart enough to know, and I'm so grateful to Mark Pentecost and Cindy Pentecost and all of the people that have come up with the concept that we need coffee, a product that people are going to consume daily with or without us. And so I don't know what you're doing at lunch, but we're sitting here with our coffee cups. I don't know what you're doing at lunch, but maybe you're sitting there mad at your boss right now. I don't know what you're doing at lunch. Maybe you don't like your coworkers. I don't know what you're doing at lunch, but you're probably working a job right now that your degree doesn't even cover that particular job. You got a degree in something else, and you're sitting at work getting underpaid. You're overworked and underpaid. So I don't know what you're doing at lunch right now, but I'm having the time of my life. So I'm not selling you a dream. I'm living the dream. So what you should do is get back to the person that invited you to look at this information. And I'm not saying quit your job. Don't quit your job because you love it. But why not add an additional stream of income, right, to your financial portrait, and maybe just get out of some debt? Maybe, you know what, be able to go on the vacation that you desire on a plane where you don't have to drive to it, right? Maybe you'll be able to start saving for that house that you want. Maybe you want to give to missions. Maybe you want to help pay off your parents' homes. Whatever you want to do, let us show you the way. So I'm going to kick this back to Brandy because I could talk all day and all night about our opportunity. Thank you for having me on the line.
Oh my gosh, Nina, so good. As always, I keep seeing the chat blow up with the light bulb moments. Nina always drops these truth bombs on us that just make you go, ah. And you know, so often we overcomplicate things, and we want to lead with all these products, and we just want to word vomit everything all over everyone. And you know, Pam did something at conference. If you were at conference, you guys will remember this. When they were talking about the coffee, she pulled out, and I put them all in my purse. I don't have a Blitz card, but she pulled out a Blitz card and she said, "This is what it is. This is what it does." Boom. It's that simple. And this new sampling program we have, guys, life-changing. You just heard Carrie say that she made like almost $200 in 2 days selling 3-pack samples of coffee. Guys, that's ridiculous. That's insane. That's not even talking about our customers or what her team is doing. That is just straight sample coffee cash, not her commissions, not anything else. So if you're a guest on here, I'm going to kick this off to our next speaker. I think we finally found her. I saw her on here somewhere. Yeah, there she is. Hey, Christy. So I'm going to kick this off to her, but before I do, you know, if anything that you've heard any of us say, if you're a guest and you've heard anything that was like, wow, I want more, I love coffee, I could do this, anything, get back to the person who shared this video with us. If you are someone that's a distributor and you're already in the business and you had some aha moments from this, as soon as this ends, go run hard, take what you heard here, write it down, and go apply it and share it with your teams. But this next guest, I don't know a lot of her story. I actually just met her and got to spend some time with her at conference in Costa Rica in December with the top leaders. And I don't remember her exact number, but I know they're a top 10 team. She is just fierce and just amazing. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear her story. But that's one of my favorite things about doing these calls every Tuesday is I'm getting to know so many of the leaders that I don't know well and know their story. Because you guys, let's say you just joined this business. Let's say you just started and you're like, I don't have a story yet. I don't know how to start this. Share these stories. You can share everyone else's stories until you have your story to share. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Christy Christianson. Thank you so much for making the time to get on here, girl. We're so excited to hear from you.
Hey, okay, so I am sitting in the car at the gym. I guess that's what freedom means, but I just totally forgot, and that's so irresponsible of me, but that's okay, because we get choices. So you guys, I'm Christy Christianson. I have been with the company now 7 years. I actually started when I was just 20 years old. I had zero experience at anything before this. I was actually a hairdresser, and I had just moved to a new state, so I didn't know anybody. I had just gotten married, and I kind of dropped all the previous friends that I had, to be honest. So I didn't have a network, whether it was online or offline. And I started working at my first salon. And what happened was that I didn't have any network, so I had 0 clients. My paychecks, you guys, were like $150 each week. It was horrible. And then my husband was in school and working, and I never saw him. He would come home from lunch, and I would see him for a minute, and then he would go back to work or school. And so I'm thinking, like, this is not newlywed life. Like, is this what happens when you get married? Is this like how life is supposed to be? Like, just school, work, school, work. Like, when do we actually get to spend any time together? So somebody offered me this opportunity, you guys, and my only job before going to hair school was Domino's. Like, literally. I didn't have any experience doing anything, and I truly don't even think I'm special even to this day. So I was offered this business by a girl at my salon. I didn't know what it was. I had never tried the products, but she said I could make money, and I wanted to start our family, but we were on Medicaid and food stamps. And so my husband didn't want to start our family until we were more financially secure, which obviously makes sense. So when she offered me a way to just create an extra income, I jumped on it. I didn't even think twice. I didn't even flinch. I knew that if other people could learn, I could learn. Just like I went to school to learn hair, I learned how to color people's hair. So I knew that I could just learn eventually. And I actually had a kind of a slow start in the business. And I like to say that because even you watching this and not being in the business yet, I just want to show you guys that eventually you can create this full-time income, and why not? Okay. So within my first year, I was able to stop doing hair, and then I replaced my husband's income. So then he was able to just focus on school. We had our first baby because I was making the money. So he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then as soon as our baby was born, I was already able to be a stay-at-home mom. And you guys, I never dreamt of being a stay-at-home mom. My mom was a single mom with 6 kids. I never thought in my life that I would want to be a stay-at-home mom. But what I really wanted was to be able to do both. I wanted to be able to work and, grow an income, but also be with my baby, because there's nothing like seeing your baby and being like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take you to a daycare. I hear all these crazy stories. Oh my gosh, which one's safe, which one's not. And that freaks me out. And so that's when I just went all in, and I was like, I'm going to keep going at this. This is not going to be a side income anymore. This is going to be a full-time income. The next year, I was able to save up over $60,000 for a down payment for our house. Then the next year, my husband graduated college, but by that time I had replaced my income and the income that he would have been making with his college degree. And so we just decided that we were going to be a stay-at-home family. We have our dream car, our Tahoe. We pay for everything in cash. We don't have any debt. We're really smart with it. But we get to have fun. Every year we take multiple vacations. My kids, I'm able to put them in the private school that we chose for them, not just what was in our area because of where we lived. So we get to do that for them. We live a debt-free life, but honestly, it's just great because we have 4 kids now, you guys, and I get to focus on myself being healthy. I get to focus on my kids when and however much they need me. And my husband and I, we never fight about finances. That's the biggest thing that I find, and they say is a huge, huge divorce rate. And what makes divorce happen, because people they're fighting about money because we need money to live. And so if you're watching this, you guys, I want you to just realize that money is good. Money isn't bad. Because of this business, we have been able to, we tithe 10%, and that amount is so great. We've been able to give back so much because of this business. It's made us a better parents. It's given us just more freedom to be with our kids. It's just given us a debt-free lifestyle. So I urge you guys, and I love Nina because she's so like numbers. She's sharing all the numbers, but I'm not like that, you guys. Honestly, I just jumped in and I just watched. I just watched what people were doing, and I tried to copy them, and I learned. And so if you're watching this and you're like, but I'm not a professional, but I'm not this, but I'm not that, that's okay. You don't have to be. You get to earn an income as you learn the business. That is the blessing of it. And the last thing I'll say, you guys, And I just want to say this for anybody who's watching that maybe might be like me. Okay, so I actually don't drink coffee. This is kind of the opposite of what she was saying, you guys, but a lot of people do. But I want you guys to understand that, like, I don't drink coffee, and it's because we're LDS, and I don't mind saying that because there's so many people out there that might not drink coffee. But guess what? I'm able to give people a healthier alternative to their 50, 60 gram Starbucks that's $4 every single day that's eventually going to kill them, right? It's making them fat and it's eventually going to kill them. But I'm able to give them that healthy alternative. And I also have lost over 40 pounds with our products, and I didn't even use the coffee. So imagine if I was using the coffee, it probably would have happened 10 times faster. So I want you guys to understand, like, the products work, and you get to earn as you learn. You don't have to be some professional. Like, you get to just be the best version of you and make money as you go along. And it just allows options. You don't have to be this full-time It Works distributor. But if you want to be, you can. But yeah, you guys, just get back to the person who invited you and just know, like, you can do this. You don't need any experience. Like, it is serious. You can make some serious money, but it's not that serious. Like, don't overthink it. Just jump in and we will teach you how to do it. You're muted, Brandy.
I was muted. I was just going. I was just talking away. God. So, did I mention that I've been homesick all week? And look, still, you can sit here and do this business regardless of how you're feeling. Christy, you're amazing. That was a great story. Couple things I want to point out, and then we're gonna invite Nina back on here to wrap this up for us, because she brings the fire, guys. She's a great, yeah, Carrie's going fire. So, couple things with Christy. You heard stories of, Carrie's at home with a new baby. We heard, Nina was at the school doing school mom stuff today. Christy's sitting in the parking lot at the gym. I'm home. I've been sick all week. You guys, we all are having very different days, yet we're all working our business through the nooks and crannies of our day. Christy's one thing she said, though, that I want to say it again. And I want you guys to really let that sink in, because I hear so many times, well, I don't drink coffee. Well, I don't do this. Well, I can't use this. Da, 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 da. You guys, she is a top income earner in our company that doesn't drink the coffee. And we have, three different coffees. Those are one of our biggest selling products. And she made it all the way to a top income earner without consuming the coffee. And I know Nina likes to talk about that. She talks a lot about, I'll let her say that, but she talks a lot about it. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It matters if you believe in what you're selling and you believe in yourself and you're passionate. And, that's the one thing, before I let her wrap this up. If you look at the 4 women speaking on here, we all have our mindset that we are worthy, we can do this. We set our goals and our non-negotiables every month of what we're going to do and what we're going to earn. We decide what our paychecks are going to be. We don't sit at a job where someone tells us what we're going to make. Mike and I came home from Costa Rica, and we had already had an income goal, but it doubled, and it's me on our dream board. And that's what we're going to earn it by the end of this year. We are going to earn that amount that's on our dream board. And you guys, you can do this too. You can decide how you want your life to be. You can decide how much money you want to make. You can decide if you want to work from the gym, at home with your newborn, from a PTA thing at school, or sitting on the couch wrapped in a blanket with the flu. But all right, I'm gonna hand this back over to Nina and let her just share, the last few words with you guys and really close this out, because she's just so inspirational.
Oh, well, thank you. Wow, I didn't know Christy, but her story is amazing. Simply amazing. And hey, have fun at the gym. I'm going to be at the gym right here at my table. So, there's something you said, I don't drink coffee. And I thought about something. Well, the people that make dog food, they don't eat that either. And I think about the people, there's a guy, he owns Victoria's Secret. And I'm almost certain that he probably doesn't wear his bras and his thongs, and so, the why, and the reason why I love giving numbers is because I want you to see how smart it is to do something that the majority of the world is doing anyway, right? And so, you know, I don't really think that we have to even discuss anything further because it just makes sense. You're looking at someone who was 20 years old, who never had to go to work, well, outside of being a hairstylist, and wasn't really making any income there. You're looking at women who have built their, you know, a woman who's built her dream home 3 times over, right? I'm a little jealous because she's down there in Florida too. I see the sun shining behind her too. Right? You're looking at a young lady now who's decided, you know what, I'm going to go full-time marketing, you know, network marketing, because she wanted to own her life, because her boss had a nerve to tell her what she couldn't do being pregnant with her daughter. And she said, you know what, I deserve to live a life of abundance. And, you know, you're looking at some women that made a decision that, you know what, this abundance thing, I don't want to have to wait until I got to kick the bucket, right, to have a bucket list, that we can have a live list. And so you're looking at a young lady here that no college degree, who used to sell her food stamps to make ends meet. You all, you know, and I had to lie to get the food stamps. Let's keep it real, right? So you're looking at a young lady who was working 60 and 70 hours a week behind the chair at the salon to make sure that I took care of my children. You're looking at a person who did not believe in this industry. As a matter of fact, not only did I not believe in the industry, I didn't even believe in myself. But because of network marketing, right? Because of network marketing and the level of personal development that I started to invest in for myself, I understood that, you know what we do really is just a personal development program disguised with a compensation plan, disguised with a paycheck. So if you're looking to have some fun, if you're looking to get healthy, if you're looking to make some money, if you're looking to just have a sisterhood of friends, guess what? A tribe of women who think like you, who will help you to become a better version of yourself, then you're on the right call, right? Get back to the ladies or the person or maybe you saw it live on somebody's page. Get back to that person now. Don't wait until later, and get front of this momentum, because It Works Global is right here at the tip of the biggest run in its history ever. And you're being invited at the right time. So we're either going to see you at the top or we're going to see you from the top. That choice is yours. All right. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your work day. Don't work too hard.
Thanks, ladies. All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next week with 8 p.m. next Tuesday with Kelsey Thornton and Rachel Wiggum. That one's going to be fire. We'll see you guys next week.